Hello, and welcome to How to Sell Ansible. My name is Felicia Ward. I'm the Solutions Architect, and I'm going to talk to you for the next 10-15 minutes or so about how to sell Ansible. So first, let's move into what is Ansible. Ansible is a software program that works by connecting to your nodes and pushing out small programs written to be resource models of the desired state of the system. It executes these models over SSH and removes them when finished. So basically, it is like a copy machine factory. It makes copies of programs, pushes them out to other machines, which distributes the software through the machine and then pushes it on to the next one. What is a node? A node is a virtual, physical, or other instance of software. It can be uh, containers, it can be SDNs, wireless or other networking controllers, it can be endpoints, it can be a lot of things, but any instance of software that you're connecting to is considered a node. The patches of software that operate on the Ansible network are called playbooks, and playbook is kind of like what it sounds like. It is code that is written to tell the system what to do and how to do it. These are written in YAML, but they are written to be human readable, so you can look at a playbook's code and know exactly what it does, such as execute program A when condition B is met, or if in the case of security, we want to, perform security task when there's an unauthorized breach into the network that shouldn't be there. So it does a lot of things, but it does them according to a set of human readable instructions, which are called playbooks. On this screen, you'll see a lot of different things here, but what I want you to focus on are the differentiators. So it is a powerful automation platform. It is agentless, which means that it doesn't leave a trace on your network. It doesn't pull from your operating system. It is just batches of code that tell it what to do. So it doesn't leave a footprint except for the executed code. It is enterprise grade. Of course, everything that Red Hat puts out is enterprise grade because we believe in, helping our businesses deliver innovation. It's scalable, which means it can be as big or as small as you need it to be. Although I do caution you that the minimum that you can purchase for is 100 managed nodes. So just be aware of that. And then it gives DevOps a way to execute what they're doing and their vision as quickly as possible. So this slide is just another way of saying it's simple, it's powerful, it's efficient. So it does what it needs to do, it does it in a big way, and it does it with a simple clickable interface. So these are examples of different workloads with Ansible automation. You can do IT workload management, you can do security. If you guys attended my presentation a few days ago, you'll know that there's a lot of security use cases for it. It also does data workloads, analytics, database workloads. So it helps to crunch numbers really well. So if you're running a massive databases with data harvesting, then it's a great tool for doing that. But not just that. So IT workload management, we like to call this one automate the boring stuff. So instead of having to have one of your engineers put in a specific piece of code every day or on every server and creating special Snowflake servers, you can write a playbook that will push out uniform, consistent code to all the servers that's connected to. Of course, for security, it helps to create a self-healing infrastructure, whereas there is security event X, we push out playbook Y, and the security system is remediated. Data workloads, we can track patterns and understand them using Ansible code. It basically will look for different things going on in a given network and track them for you and log it. Then we have analytics workloads, which can be a lot of things, but analytics workloads is like emerging tech. So it's things like IoT, AI, things of that nature, where you want machine learning to work very well. You want Ansible to be the one instigating that machine learning. And then, of course, database workloads is kind of like analytics workloads. It's high performance databases like SQL and different things, but on a very large enterprise scale. This is a reference slide, so I want you guys just to read through these. It's different objections that can come up when you're talking about Ansible or open source technology. Like, for example, why should I trust open source? Well, of course, you should trust our open source technology because we take the very best of the open source community's technology. We test it for flaws, we hammer it for security, and then we bundle out the best of that process to you and back it with our support and our training. So, that's why you should trust our open source software. And this is a list of other objections that you might encounter out in the world. And it's good to just, have a couple in your back pocket in case it comes up. So our target audience is for Ansible is going to be people in charge of the technology. So like CTOs, VPs or directors of IP, sysadmin leaders, or development leaders like software engineers, software engineering managers. Excuse me. We want them to see the value and efficiency. We want them to see it saving time. We want them to see how they can use it in their security network. We want them to know that they can scale it and use it in their different development teams. So they're not just buying one specialty software for one team that only they can use. Everybody in the network can use it because it's got a clickable interface. So if you were at my presentation on security, you might be familiar with this screen, but basically we want them to be aware that we increase efficiency, we reduce man hours, we reduce delay, uh, we improve the cost savings because you no longer have to have somebody on staff to click that button every day if you have a playbook written that'll deploy the software given the right conditions. And then of course, data security and management, of course, we reduce human error, we prevent downtime, we remediate security solutions, sometimes before even the security team is aware that there's a flaw. If you were in my presentation a few days ago, you would know that less than 5% of all breaches in the network are caught. And that is a terrible number without Ansible, because Ansible increases that to a much better catch rate because it depends on software code and AI. And then of course we've got the development leader here. So faster time to market. Of course, everybody loves rolling out their innovations as fast as humanly possible. If you are automating your deployment to production, then you don't have to worry about whether or not the engineers tied all the strings and bows. It's ready to go when they say it's ready to go. Of course, scalability, you can use it on as few or as many nodes as you need to use it on. And then it's cloud native. So we integrate with every cloud platform in enterprise. So Google, Amazon's AWS, we integrate with Azure, we integrate with so many different platforms out there that I cannot possibly name them all. But since 98% of the internet runs on a Linux kernel, if it's out there, we integrate with it. And then, of course, here I have some suggested reading for you. So there is a page on the Ansible website, which is run by Red Hat. So don't worry, it's not, a free agent out there. But on how Ansible works, it's a great reading for you. And then, of course, again, there's the success stories where you can see how different technology groups have used Ansible and other Red Hat products to their advantage. So before I let you go, I want to highlight one of my favorite success stories, which is the Swiss Federal Railway, also called SBB in the Swiss language. Thankfully, I do not speak it, so I could not tell you what it translates to. But basically what they did is they reduced their device configuration times by 90%. They went from 5 days to 3 hours. And that is amazing. Can you imagine like the equivalent in human terms? Like if Michael Phelps could swim, the whole English Channel, like he could go from, I think it takes 2 days to swim the English Channel down to 3 hours, and that would be significant. He'd be faster than we could actually see him do it. And they gave developers access to their data to make new innovation for passengers. So again, it's scalable across their teams. They're not just using it for the ones that are rolling it out, but they're using it across their teams to make sure that they have a uniform experience and uniform technology development across whoever is needing to use the platform. So they're sharing it, they're using it, and they're rolling it out faster probably than their trains actually run. Because I think they have the bullet trains there and it's faster than their bullet trains. So check it out. There's more success stories in there. There's like stories about Microsoft, who is, despite popular myths, is actually a very good friend of Red Hat, and we do a lot of innovating with them. They created their standardized centralized network automation environment to reduce routine, repeatable tasks, and complexity, and they're planning to increase their Red Hat footprint. So pretty soon we'll be intertwined. We're not going to merge, so squash that rumor. You didn't hear that from me, but we're going to be intertwined so much that whatever you want to do on Microsoft, you can do in Red Hat and vice versa. So thank you for listening to me prattle on about Ansible. If you have any questions, you can get my email address from April, or you can email me directly at felicia.ward@techdata.com. Just give me a call and we'll chat it up. We can go over this product or other products or anything that you may need to know about Red Hat, Ansible, OpenShift, RHEL, whatever you need. Just give me a shout. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here.